Looks like we're once again in a situation where if Supermassive can get to set up something early and they can get like their bot lane dives off or they can get their plays off with invading, then Kindred will fall off, Lucian will not be a scaling carry, and then where are you going to take it from? Not RATONES putting themselves on the timer.
On the other hand, the Noxia is completely useless also later against like the ZILEAN.
RATONES, I am disowning you, to be clear.
We are no longer friends if that happens. No. Come on, NLC. This is the single craziest series that I've watched. We came into today thinking this was going to be close, thinking that Supermassive looked great, and Los RATONES, they'd showed some struggles, but they'd also shown how good they could be when everything lines up for them. I think Los RATONES might have the highest ceiling of any of these teams. Same time though, Supermassive, they felt more consistent despite the fact that it's now 2 apiece. It's really been an insane matchup between these two. I just don't know. It's so on a knife's edge already.
Yeah, and last time I had my big doubts about the compositional matchup, about the way that Los RATONES put that team together, but all the individuals performed so well that it just didn't matter, and they were... It
becomes much trickier to play these kinds of champions out. We're going to have to keep a close eye on what they are doing.
The trap's going down behind them. It's a 3v3 though. Velia not super strong at this early stage, but has the double buff. Skeen getting actually chunked down. Bow with their mana. Velia going in, but Fiesta with a much faster rotation. Nemesis has not moved, now stepping into the river. They want to contest over this potential first Kindred mark. And honestly, Los RATONES looks like they've managed this one better.
Yeah, they were able to just keep less. So he will get spotted out if he steps up a little bit too far. Does indeed. So you're going to know what's happening as Bow and carry. It does mean that they're just going to have to concede having this wave pushed underneath their tower.
Barrier actually dropped by Crowny there. Gives him a little bit more HP to play with through this potential dive. But this is only a 2v3. Bow doesn't quite have his barrier back. Does have the flashes on carry as well, but oh my goodness, this is pretty darn close. Fiesta got the ultimate. Nemesis ticks over to 3 just in time, but now Fiesta can simply wait. All the electrocute knocks it over. That's not what you want to see. You wanted to put in one auto away, but ends up saving Nemesis, to be honest.
Oh, getting inted by your own electrocute as this bot lane continues on. Velia gonna step up, wants this dive right now.
He's got the ultimate ready. Bow now did get the barrier back, but he's way away from the tower. Carry can barely withstand it. Velia drops his own ultimate, but Bow should be picked up by Crowny here. There's the first blood for Lucian, and now Carry abandoned behind the turret. Nemesis picks up his dues. Los RATONES with a lovely double for themselves.
I can hear the roar right now of the NLC fans. Come on, Los RATONES.
Try and check it with the sweeper. Does spot the Kindred out. Doesn't end up taking any damage either. No harm, no foul. Velia knows he's been spotted. Have a try-ward just in case that moves forward. Velia would love to get onto this dragon. Los RATONES, again, have really been enjoying the dragon save. Fiesta might be in a bit of a bad spot here. Has the flash, but doesn't have a good way out. Velia dashing forward, a little hop, skip, and a jump. Fiesta gets back to safety and gives up control of the pit. So Los RATONES struggling a little bit to get what they need. In goes the Paranoia with the Aurora ultimate as well. Velia gets the ult down, but he's very, very low. Can hop over the wall if he times it right. He's very low. The Nemesis ult as well, giving him that extra bit of survivability. Fiesta hops him into the resurrection intentionally this time. Hops over the wall. Nemesis dropping ever lower as well. Flash over the wall by the Aurora. One last auto doesn't get the deed done, and Los RATONES peel back.
They're just not quite going to be able to pick up any of the kills, are Supermassive, but they are going to be able to get full control around this Drake pit.
Getting healed up, you know, by the Milio, and by generally just having a Doran's Blade in inventory, but now Velia starts it up. Skeens is back into base. In fact, Armor is running from base 2. Los RATONES, they kind of need to get this objective done and get out of there, or they might end up overloaded.
Baus arrived down for this play and is walking his way back up. It's going to be Drake picked up nice and easily right here for Los RATONES, and there's no play onto the Herald from Supermassive, and they are now in massive threat of a dive right now.
Reckless with the tilting ultimate, which he doesn't now have it for the dive itself, but Armit's here TP. All 5 members of Supermassive come out of the woodwork at the snap of their fingers, and Velia doesn't even get a chance to ult. Fiesta with a lovely different worlds there, drops the ultimate they need. Reckless wearing the ZILEAN ultimate is pushed into the resurrection. 2 already picked up for the TCL side, and Reckless not going to be allowed to live. Crowny now abandoned in mid lane. Baus is just working on mid, I should say. Supermassive, finally, they get themselves put together for something good.
And that's the way they need to keep. You lose out on a few turret plays in the mid lane, but it's really not the end of the world. And Crowny, he didn't die in the initial play. I'm worried for his life here.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Armor's going to pick that one up. Drags him back in Supermassive. Absolutely, wait for it, and now Armor can potentially pick up some more plates right here. Los Ratones do have pushes in mid and top, but you really wanted to keep Crowny accelerated. You don't want to let Bao get any money.
No, you want to keep Bao. Supermassive needs to work in tandem to make this game work, but it's going to be about getting that Jinx, that first kill, and running through the rest of the map. Nemesis getting jumped here, doesn't have the ulti available to him. Rocket coming down through mid, just misses, doesn't matter. Skeen's going to be able to pick that one up. Can they collapse on Baus here?
Rub secured for Los Ratones. The Cho'Gath, not the most mobile of champions in the game, it must be said. Already has a decent amount of HP. He won't be allowed to step back.
Feels pretty good so far for Los Ratones, as they're going to be able to pick up this bot lane tier 1 tower. Right now, the response from Supermassive is going to be to try to pick themselves up this Rift Herald. Should be easy enough, just Nemesis in the area. But still, you're not exactly getting massive leads right now as Supermassive. They're never finding a clean victory without something being traded on the other side of the map for Los Ratones.
Armor under threat onto this bot inner. Really stepping forward, tanking the tower though, unfortunately has to step back. These ramped up tower shots are huge. Crowdy loses off HP to one of them. Armor drops the ultimate, now the wave comes out, has to get too far forward, shut down for the Lucian. And Los Ratones stroll away, having got what they came for.
Yeah, they managed to pick up a ton of damage onto the tower, but the kill onto Armor is far bigger. 5-minute plus game, you know, once the stacks really begin to heat up for Velia and Baus. But once you get the 3 to 4 items, that's the point at which Bao is going to be in the absolute strongest position.
There you get aggressed on. The root comes through onto Crowny, but he doesn't have to step away. The Jinx ult goes through as well. The ult's held. Yeah, that's the flash away at the very least. Nemesis puts the threat onto him, and Fiesta down the bot side. Nemesis needs to be very careful. The burst is huge. Still has an ultimate to keep himself alive. He's probably not going to get out of there. Belia's coming around the corner. Maybe he could save him. A flash from the Zilean into the Los Ratones jungler with the TPs coming into the top laners. Carry with no flash gets taken out, but they need to reposition. Fiesta still got massive burst. Bounce on the front line. Dharma onto the front line. Nemesis trying to get away. It is becoming a mess right now, and Bao has been consumed by the Baus. Skeen's all on his own as down comes the Kindred ultimate. A shutdown for Velia and the NLC. Oh, they clutch it out. I had no idea how that was going to end Bloxer.
That was such a messy fight.
HP with the help of a Nemesis bomb. Los Ratones up to a 3,000 gold lead with all the control they need. Carry still with no flash. Remember, Armor is getting consumed, but now in comes Skeens to turn this into a 2v1, and Bao coming up to the top side. They can get some gold injected into this Jinx with an ultimate. Skeens takes the shutdown, but it's something. Mid lane now getting dived on by Los Ratones. They're going deep behind the tower. Fiesta switches places to get to safety. They'll lose the tower, but they keep their members alive.
But I don't know how much that really helped. Skeens now gets jumped upon right here. Crowny does so much damage. Nami ulti coming through. He's just gonna die here. Survives for a little bit, but still another kill picked up. Crowny gonna bank that one. 2 items completed on this Lucian right now. He's in a great spot.
That's a great call. Like, you can tell it's from Nemesis. He is sprinting towards the Nocturne as soon as he sees him on the side going, no flash, no ult. Let's get this guy. That is the shot calling that Los Ratones need. They need to keep it messy, keep it scrappy. That is where they shine.
Really is. Los Ratones, sometimes they just outhands you. Sometimes they're up. The Hectic Drake right now. Yeah, Supermassive, they're in the area, but there's nothing they can do. Maybe they want to try clean up a team fight on the backside of this one. I don't even know that you win that, though.
Yeah, Los Ratones would love for a team fight right now. It seems like Crowny is just going head first into the mill as Fiesta is isolated. In goes Skeens to finish that kill off. It's a little sketchy right now, but Baus is going to get a kill on Carry on the other side, perhaps. Doesn't quite get it. Now one for Velia as Aurora has been picked off. Crowny on the flank. Armor with the Dominus still ticking, but Baus is going to get the Qs flashing for the silence, for the double knockup. 2 kills for Velia. Diving for more. Bao falls and Armor to follow. Velia looking for the Penta. Can we get the Los Ratones Kindred Penta? He's diving the tower, but he's not going to throw the series away for it. I respect that.
He's right not to go all the way, but at the same time, I'm so sad. That would have been such... I gotta be honest, this game, this is what we have been seeing from him in the NLC. In the domestic region, Velia was popping off and carrying his team time and time again. They're going to be able to pick up the Atakan on the backside of this fight as well. And Los Ratones, they are in a great spot to be sending themselves on to the semi-finals of the EMEA Masters.
Ruinous Atakan secured a bunch more XP than they've managed to do it. They've kept Bao more or less shut down as Carry with a very greedy recall position. Caught up by the Baus and consumed once again.
That could turn into a complete disaster right now. Baron already on the table. So tricky to be able to try steal anything away when you've got a Kindred and a Cho'Gath available to you. Big TP flank coming through right here from Fiesta. It feels like he's just trying to do something, anything.
That is very scary. Nemesis is outside the pit, losing some ultimate. It's pretty sketchy. They leave the bit, they go for Bao. Isolated as the Jinx, but escapes alive. Lost Ratones holding the Baron still. They've got a Cho'Gath ultimate. Velia still working on it. They've managed to get back into the pit. It goes down to the flip. Who's going to find it with the Kindred ultimate? Keeping it alive. Down it goes. And Bows picks up the Baron. Lost Ratones feast on the corpses of Supermassive as they are sprinting for the mid lane.
The TCL hopefuls are being scattered to the winds right now. Bao runs back. Nemesis may have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew, but the rest of Los Ratones are incoming. Carry dies to start off that Baron play. He dies at this point as well. This one may well be GG's. The towers are falling. Inhibitors soon to follow. Los Ratones, they took it all the way to 5 games. They looked terrible in game number 1, but they want to move on.
Such a delayed death. They can't end right now. They're going for double inhib. The respawns are going to come through. If Lost Ratones choose to force a fight, they could do it, but they're taking the safe option. Hexgate down. Baron on the back. Hextech Soul in 90 seconds. Lost Ratones have everything they need to complete the 5-game victory. Bao stepping out of the base. You ain't got no help there, brother. Lost Ratones diving forward. Another kill for Velia as now Skeens goes for the Desperation ultimate onto an isolated Cho'Gath, but this guy has 10 billion HP and you can't find the kill on him.
No, they're going to push forwards right here. Los Ratones, they want a cool game right now. They're pushing onto these Nexus towers. The first one will fall. The second one soon to follow.
Arma barely scraping back to the tower. Val's holding them down. The Nexus is exposed. They just need to hit the objective. Los Ratones, stop playing for kills. Please end the series for the NLC. Do it for all of us. And the Rats have done it. TCL full. NLC advance. And as a wise man once said, smoke the doubt.